Mischief. I got this thing for like, on sale for like $5 at the store. It's awesome. These things are so much fun. I used to get in so much trouble with this type of stuff when I was a kid. But seriously though, I used to break so much stuff when I was a kid. Hope I'm not hurting my Batman poster. What if I shot my camera? What if I shot you right now? I can't shoot you. You guys are my friends. I remember this one time, I was hanging out with one of my buddies. I always used to get into a lot of mischief as a kid. Anyone else out there get into a lot of mischief as a kid? I'm not talking about doing super bad stuff, but like a lot of mischief. I used to get a lot of mischief when I was a kid. And I remember this one particular night of mischief, me and my friend decided to put a bunch of rocks out onto the street. And not just like little rocks, but like boulders. We put like boulders in the middle of the street. And you're asking yourself, Matt, why did you put boulders in the middle of the street? I'll tell you why I put boulders in the middle of the street. It was to get cars to slow down enough so that me and my friend, mind you, I was being mischievous, could hide in trees. We climbed some trees, and when the cars would drive by, very slowly, mind you, because they're like, what are all these boulders doing in the road? They had to drive around the boulders. They would slow down. Me and my friend would then proceed to throw pine cones at their car. I must have been in about 4th grade at this point in time. Mind you, my parents had just gotten divorced, and I was feeling a bit rambunctious, and I didn't know what to do with all these feelings, so I was being mischievous. So there we are, me and my buddy, all of these boulders out on the road. We're in the trees, and we're throwing pine cones as cars as they drive by. So this one car drives by, and he's putzing along, and he slows down, and we just haul off and just start chucking pine cones at him. We hit him like 3 or 4 times, just ching, ching, ching pine cones, and we're like, yeah, we hit him, we're pretty cool. And then it drove off. We're like, cool, that was awesome, dude, that was probably the best one. We hit it so many times, man. The car did something that none of the other cars had done yet, in that it slowed down about a 1/4 mile up the road. We were in this neighborhood, so it was like the only car that was there. It was kind of this hilly neighborhood with a lot of trees, a lot of pine trees and stuff. The car stopped, it turned around, and it came back. Now, a normal person at this point would go, uh-oh, they're coming back to get us. That would be a smart kid. Mind you, I was not thinking right, I don't think, at this point in time. Now, I didn't do any drugs growing up or anything like that. That might surprise some of you, but I don't do drugs. Never have done drugs. Don't need them. I've always been mischievous and crazy enough as it is without them. So we must not have been thinking straight though, because this car comes driving back towards us, and we're like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we get to hit it again with pine cones. What are we thinking? Crazy. Oh yeah, finally got one. Stuck that one right on the 40. So anyways, this car comes running back to us, driving back to us, slows down again, and we're like, yeah, so we start chucking pine cones at it again. The stupid little sticky dart fell down. So we start throwing pine cones at it again, and of course, the guy gets out of his car, and we're just like we're in this tree, we're hiding in a tree, and the dude gets out and he's got this bright flashlight, like super beam spotlight, shines it on the tree, spots us right away. Actually, I think I had jumped down at that point, so I was in the bushes, that's right, I was in the bushes just below the tree, and the dude shined the flashlight on me and was like, come on boys, taking you guys home. And we're like, turned out though, that this guy was actually a fire chief. He was part of the fire department. Go and tell your parents what you've been doing. He drives us home, but he really was the fire chief, and he had, you know, the whole gear on and everything, so he was a fireman. He gets to the door, and luckily my mom was out doing something. She was at work or something, and my older brother was at home. And so I get home, and my brother comes to the door, and I'm just like, and he tells my brother what we were doing, and my brother goes, okay, thanks, officer, whatever he called him, fire chief dude. Fire chief guy goes, okay. He leaves, closes the door, and immediately my brother just goes, why didn't you run, you idiot? Because my brother was a little mischievous too growing up. We were a couple of mischievous dudes growing up. We got into all kind of mischief. I tell that story, and I don't think we ever told my mom. So Mom, if you're watching this, sorry. I got in trouble one night a long time ago. The reason I tell that story is because, as you can probably tell by some of the shenanigans and some of the things I've done on my show, I've always been kind of a mischievous person. I think there's nothing better than a little good old-fashioned mischief. I'm not talking about being bad, you know, I'm not talking about doing bad stuff. I mean, there's, like, if I was a grown man and I'm hiding in trees throwing pine cones at cars, like, that's not mischievous anymore. That's just a very immature grown man. But when I was a kid, I feel like I could get away with it. I got away with a lot of stuff when I was a kid. Teachers didn't know what to do with me. I was quite the mischievous little duckling. Anyway, there's something fun about being mischief, isn't there? So Ashley and I this past weekend decided to get out of town because she found $48 tickets on Frontier Airlines from Minnesota, Minneapolis to Orlando, Florida. And as many of you guys know, I used to live in Orlando, Florida. I haven't been back for like 3 years-ish. And so I went down there to see some friends, hang out. Yeah, just this past weekend. And we went to the Magic Kingdom. Score! I didn't bring the camera that you're watching me on right now, which is my nice SLR. I brought my little $200 Canon camera. It doesn't take as good of pictures, but I brought it anyway, and I got some footage of us goofing off at the Magic Kingdom. The reason I tell you this, though, is that I noticed something when I was down there. One of our favorite rides is Peter Pan. And I don't know if they did something new to the line, but there's this whole section that I'd never seen before in the line where you actually go into the kids' bedrooms and all this stuff, and Tinkerbell's in there, and Tinkerbell's kind of cruising around the line, and she's kind of cruising around, she's causing some mischief. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to put that footage on here for you, so you can see little Tinkerbell cruising around the rooms in the Magic Kingdom, getting into some mischief. It's kind of fun. So yeah, check that out, and then I'll be right back. We're in the Peter Pan line ride, and Tinkerbell's here. Check this out. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Oh, yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There's where Tinkerbell was.
What are those paddles for?
Oh, whipping kids. Those are cricket paddles.
Is that cricket? I've never seen a game of cricket.
Oh, jeez. She's going back in. Oh, she just went in. That's awesome. She just went in. Oh, she just came out. Oh, it was a pirate. Wow, that was fancy, Tinkerbell. Good job, Tinkerbell. And then over here, they got some fancy thing going on with your shadow and bells. You can like ring shadow bells with your own shadow. There's Peter. These shadows are cool. Ooh, there she is.
Land on me.
Oh, and then, oh. I just caught a butterfly. There's like a butterfly in my hand. totally attached itself to me.
Look at it. It's just
Put it on my head. Put it on my
it's
head.
stuck in my hand.
I don't understand how he knows. This is trippy. Oh. Now I'm ringing bells.
That's cool.
Dude, this is awesome.
How did they know?
There's no bells in front of me. See? My hand waving. My hand waving. I'm waving the hand. I'm ringing the bell. There's no bell up there. It's just my hand. But yet, there's a bell. Ready?
Yep. They'll go up and down. That's crazy.
There she goes. There she is. Flying around. Oh, sorry, hon. Cool.
That boy sitting on the couch and chips and cheesecake. He should be out. Normally I say Cheetos. He should be out there doing his chores.
Wasn't that cool? Kind of a cool little line there. Oh, the other thing I got when I was down there is this little guy. Check him out.
Gizmo. Bye bye, Billy.
It's awesome, dude, right? I found this little Gizmo guy at this store in Orlando where I used to live called like Think Geek. It's like the coolest store ever. And I found this little Gizmo guy. Ooh, I also got a Rick Moranis doll. Hang on a sec. So cool. So I found this too, Rick Moranis doll. He's got the glasses. It's when he was like, you know, I think it was when he got like possessed by that weird dog thing and he was cruising around the streets. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool, so I got that as well. Speaking of Mischief, I love the Gremlins. Gremlins is like one of my favorite movies too. Got my mug here, Gremlins. Of course, if you feed them after midnight, they turn into those crazy cats. Best movie ever. One of the best movies ever. I've got other ones too. I just dug this guy out. Look at him. I've got another one here. This is my buddy here. I've had this guy, look, he looks totally frightened. I don't know why he looks so scared, but I've had this guy since I was a little kid. Since like the movie came out, like this, it's probably a collectible by now. I've had this thing since I was like 8, his poor little ear. And I dug him out of the closet today. And I was like, he needs to be out and about in the Mat Cave. But here's the coolest thing I got. Look at this thing. Dude. It's like a legit Gizmo, dude. Look at this thing. It's so cool. And he moves. He sings and he dances. Watch this. This is my buddy. So I have to keep him out here in the Mat Cave because I set him off the other day and his little song that he sings makes my dogs bark, and so my dog was legit just barking at Gizmo, and Gizmo was just singing his song, and it was pretty funny. Maybe I can try to recreate that for you guys in a video at some point. So I got like a little Gizmo collection out here in the old Mat Cave. It's flipping awesome. They got into a lot of mischief, those Gremlins. They were kind of crazy cats, weren't they? They were nuts, those Gremlins. When they went from cute Gizmo Gremlins, Mogwai, to like, actually like crazy Gremlins.
Gizmo.
I have both of those movies on DVD. I should get them on Blu-ray. Ooh yeah, I should do that. Gremlins rule. What was your favorite scene from a Gremlins movie? 1 and or 2. There was a crazy gremlin in the second one with the eyes. He was like all, and his eyes were just all berserk. And I'm wondering if there's a correlation between the mischief that the Gremlins get into and how much I liked Gremlins as a kid, and kind of the mischief that I like to get into on Matt's Rad Show. So I don't know if there's a correlation there or not, but I have noticed that I do enjoy getting into a bit of mischief, breaking any laws or anything like that, or doing anything really bad where you'd be like, dude, you're a grown adult, just don't do that. But like mischief, fun stuff. That's our show. We like to get into some mischief here. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. This quick little Tales from the Matt Cave with, I guess, mischief was kind of the theme. And I will be back soon, so don't you go anywhere. Hope to make some more videos here for you very soon. So, from all of us here at the Matt Cave, I'll get my buddies out again for you.
Bye, Rad Show viewers.
Who did the voice for the original Gizmo? A lot of you will probably know. Some of you might not know. And so, who did the voice? Leave a comment below.
Bye, Betty.
We'll let him sing us out. So cute. This is my buddy. This is awesome. Alright. That's all I got here from old Matt's Rad Show, guys. Thanks for dropping by the old Matt Cave. I will see you soon. Okay, bye.